Hey Crushers, Young here, and I'm bringing you a new Crush Them All video. Today's video is going to be the second in my series covering some of the best rune choices for some of the more popular heroes in Crush Them All. Today's video will be specifically covering support and utility heroes. Before we get started though, as always, if you have any questions or comments after watching this video, please leave them in the comments section below, or you can reach me through the official Discord, which you can access through the settings of the game located here in the community section. I would also ask you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. That way you can watch all my videos when they come out and stay up to date on all the latest Crush Them All news and information. It is worth mentioning that generally speaking, helpful runes are all you'll need for events. The vast majority of this guide is going to be covering PvP builds, and also several of these support heroes only use their effects after a set amount of time. I'll specify which heroes have these special time lock aspects as I get to them. The first support hero we'll be looking at in today's video is going to be Merlinus, the classic healer. You can farm his medals in the Blitz shop, daily dungeons, premium chests, fortune chests, and you can use your magic medals to get them. Easily enough, you can get the medals, but once you have him, you'll have to make some choices. Merlinus is one of the heroes that you'll want to awaken as much as possible, because his healing skill is based on his maximum hit points. This also translates into his rune choices, which is the focus of today's video. As previously mentioned, helpful runes are good for events, and if that's the only manner that you're using him, then that's all that you're going to need. For PvP though, you'll want Vitality as his first set, and Swift runes for the second set. If you have multiple options with your Swift runes, then choose ones with hit point secondary traits. You want Swift runes because Merlinus heals every set amount of attacks. All in all, Merlinus is good to use, and better when comboed with some heroes in PvP such as Siegfried. If you're going for a hybrid build, then getting helpful runes with HP primaries and Vitality with HP is the way to go. The next hero we'll be looking at is Goddess. For events, you'll just want helpful runes, and for all intents and purposes, she isn't a DPS hero, or a damage per second hero, so PvP, there isn't going to be a lot that's going to help her. You can use chilling runes, but you're probably better leaving her at a level 3 weapon and investing your resources elsewhere. Xak is our next hero that we'll be looking at. And with Xak being our next focus, like the previous two heroes, helpful runes for events is good. PvP, he benefits from dazed runes. That's right, dazed runes. Specifically, dazed runes with stun time or area of effect secondaries. For a second rune set, you can use Swift runes if they have AoE secondaries. Ultimately, you'll want to get his AoE to greater than 60%. This would effectively hit your entire enemy with the stun status. Xak's 2-star ability can be done more frequently, which is why he benefits from Swift runes. However, he doesn't deal much damage, so you'll only be using him in this capacity for utility functions in his stun. Green Faery is the next one up, and the last of the bubble heroes that we're covering. Bubble hero being the ones that have these shields for their ultimates. She is an epic hero, unlike the others. So, unlike the more easily accessible heroes mentioned thus far, you'll have a harder time getting her medals. Daily dungeons, magic medals, and fortune chests are the only way to get medals for her at this time. Use helpful runes for events on her, and that's all she wrote, folks. She isn't particularly helpful or useful in PvP, and I wouldn't recommend using her for Arena. Circe is the next hero that we'll be looking at, and I'll keep this straightforward. I wouldn't recommend awakening her, as she doesn't deal much damage at all. Toss some Vitality runes on her to protect her a bit. Furthermore, I wouldn't recommend making her weapon level any higher than 3. Hindsight is 20/20 for me in this regard. If I could use my spent resources elsewhere, I would have. If you've made the decision, like I have in this regard, You can toss some stunning runes on her. It might help a little. It is important to note that Circe's ability is time-locked, so do not waste swift runes on her. It won't benefit you. The same can be said for Petunia, who is next on our list. Her ability is time-locked as well. So Petunia the Froggy Friend is up next. Give her some Vitality runes and watch her do her thing. Being another time-locked hero, don't waste your swift runes on her. And finally, we will be taking a look at Necromancer. Necromancer's runes now affect his summons, which is new in the latest balance change, which means you can give him Daze and Stunning runes, as I have here, and get a really nice stun utility chance from his time-locked summons. If this functionality is changed in the future, then I'd recommend running Vitality with attack secondary runes, and damage with attack secondary runes. It should offer some really great dynamics to PvP interactions. And that's all I've got for today, guys. I would like to make a shout out to several community members that helped contribute to making this video through various amounts of feedback. I'd specifically like to thank Kaz, Ashen, King Richard, and Pookie specifically. He went above and beyond helping me with the feedback for this video. So, thank you for your feedback and contributions from all of you, and thanks for watching.